Hey friends, it's Mary and I'm back with another scrapbooking layout process video for you today. Today I am working with the Citrus Twist November kits, and the idea that I had here started off of the last layout that I did for Citrus Twist. I got really frustrated with the tree that I made, and so I just began to start another project, and I just let that other idea kind of sit while I worked on this idea because I saw some inspiration for this online. It was based off of a digital scrapbooking layout, which I cannot find now on the internet, but I didn't copy it verbatim, so I don't feel like I'm doing any copyrights. And especially since this is like a scrapbook layout versus digital layout. So anyway, I could try to find it again if anybody wants to see that. But what I started to do was I tried to put down some color in the background in the shape of a tree, because I'm going to do kind of a neat tree technique. So I'm using some Shimmers products right now. This is Glorious Day, and it's a beautiful golden color. I use it oftentimes for a neutral base to dilute brighter colors. And then this red color here is a Tattered Angels mist spray. And then I'm mixing it in a little bit with the Glorious Day and also Sunset Strip, I believe, or I can't remember what color that is. And then a little bit of the Cotton Candy Pink. I'll leave the description of what colors that I used down below in the description for you. So now that I have my color on, most of it's going to get covered up, but that is going to be the base of my tree. And then I've taken the same crepe paper, Maggie Holmes carousel paper, and I've cut it out in strips in a scallop. Instead of before, I cut each scallop individually out and then layered it up as a tree. This one, I just have those 3 strips, and I did the larger one at the bottom, middle one in the middle, and then the smaller one in the smaller. And then I took my 3 photos and laid them within the tree. And now to make the trunk of the tree, I'm going to take some of these really awesome Pink Fresh Studio word stickers. This is from their Boy Fort collection, which is awesome. I love these stickers, and I'm so glad that somebody created these stickers that have more of a masculine feel to it, because that's definitely more, I don't know, more compatible with our family language. Like we say rad and awesome and all of these other fun words that are usually in boy collections, and I don't know why they don't put them in girl collections. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue everything down. I'm going to take these Chamel glitter stickers over here on the left, and I'm going to place those down within the tree, and the tree will start making even more sense once I do that. So first, before I do that, I am going to take some tissue paper and back my photos. I just ran a little bit of ATG on the back of my photo, and then I place it down on my actual tissue paper. I'm going to kind of roll it up. It was already starting to roll up when I pulled it out, and I really like that look. So I'm going to try to keep that look and have it rolled up down at the bottom. And then I just put my ruler down and I tear it across, and it works just great. It adds a little bit of texture. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit because it wasn't quite small enough for my liking. And then once I have all of that trimmed up, I'll go ahead and pop it up on some foam. I really like that textured effect of just rolling up the bottom of the tissue paper, especially for this tree layout. Super fun. So then I'm thinking, do I want to back it with another pattern paper? Maybe this exclusive pattern paper that came in the kit from Citrus Twist. So I decided that yes, I do want to use this exclusive paper that Citrus Twist had in their kit, except I'm going to try and not get any of the pink and yellow colors in the middle of the diamonds. I just really want the outer light pink texture of the argyle print. So I place it down really carefully so that just the pink is showing through, and really love how that looked in the end. I had a hard time cutting into this paper though because I really, really like the other side, but I have plenty left to create with another project. So I'm going in and looking for more, seeing if I want to layer it up more because it was kind of blending in too much to the background, but I didn't want anything that was super bright. So this mint side of the One Canoe 2 paper was perfect contrast. And I just run a really thin border around all of the layers. So now I have all of my layering done behind my photos, and I'm going to take some of this craft foam that's sticky sided on one side and not on the other, and I just run my ATG on the back to stick it down, but I wanted to pop this up a little bit to give it some dimension, and so it's not all looking flat and looking like the photos are the same depth as the tree. I wanted it to look, those to be more standing out, if that makes any sense. And especially because I know I'm going to be putting those glitter foam thickers down, I wanted the dimension to be higher on the photos than it is on the thickers. So I'm going to take all of that off, and I'm going to stitch through each layer of the fussy cut paper strips, the scallops. And that'll just give it a little bit more texture, because you know me, I love texture, I love paint, I love all the things. Okay, so now I've gone ahead and I've stitched through each of those layers. I went ahead and stuck the bow back up on the top, and I ran my ATG on the back of the photos with the foam and stuck those down. Now I'm going to take some of these thickers and place them around. I am going to move them around a couple of times because I want to make sure that the words are filling up those spaces really well. These thickers are really beautiful. I struggled with them though because they're scripty font, so anytime that there was a gap, like in an O or a U or a D, if there was a gap where those holes are, then they kind of stretched out a little bit and it was hard to get back, but I think they are worth the pain of doing that. I like them for that reason though, because then you can really bend it into any shape that you want. See, there, you saw me getting frustrated with it. And it would be great if you just put it down one time and didn't move it, if you're a normal person, but I'm not a normal person. I like to pick things up and move them 5 billion times in order to get it exactly the way that I want it to. So with this happy, I think I move it a couple of times, and the cheer, I move it up, and I don't think I like it up. I end up moving it down more, and ugh. Let me just cut it out for you so you don't have to watch and be in pain and agony. And you're welcome. So now I'm going to put down some of these stars, because what tree is complete without some stars on it? So these pictures are pictures of my son and my daughter, and they were decorating the tree. It was really late at night, and they were still in their jammies, or they were in their jammies for the night, and my daughter's hair is all crazy from the day. It was just a really fun moment of them two being a team and decorating the tree together, and it's Abby's favorite thing to do is to put the decorations on and then take them off. And now I'm going to go through the ephemera pack, and I'm going to see if there's any of the ephemera that I want to add to this. I really like the idea of putting in some of these gold sprigs, but it just didn't seem to work out. So I end up taking it all off, or leaving it off, and calling it a day after that. But you never know unless you try it first, right? And so I have to try it a million different ways to see if I like that or if I like this. I think my problem was that two of them were one color and the other two were gold, and I kind of wanted them all one or the other. I do end up using this tag down at the bottom right, and just seemed to fit perfectly with the layout. I do end up putting some of my own baker's twine, which I really like I really liked the effect of that in the end because the black and white in the bow, and then there's black and white in the phrase stickers from Pink Fresh Studio down at the bottom, and then the black and white that kind of wraps around that bottom left photo. It also gives your eye a place to rest since there's 3 photos on the layout. And I'm going to take my tiny attacher, and I saw this trick once and I thought maybe I could do it again. I didn't capture it all on film, but basically you open it all the way up and then you can actually staple down flat onto a piece of paper anywhere on your layout like that. I stuck a healing mat underneath it. This is the piercing mat from the Amy Tangerine hand stitching kit, and then you just take your scissors and you fold it over on the other side. So just make sure that when you're stapling that you have some kind of a surface underneath that will allow the staples to poke through, and then you just manually flip the staples in on the other side. If you want to see a tutorial on how to do that, I'm sure that I can put one up because it really is simple. And I thought it was genius when I saw that trick. And I can't remember who taught me that trick because I haven't seen it in a long time. I'm going to stick some of these exclusive chipboards down, and so then once I have that in place, I take a couple more of these star thickers, and I'm going to staple down in the corners of each of those photos. And I really love how that turned out. I'm thinking maybe I could put some of these cork pieces in that say about a boy and about a girl, but I decided to leave those off. I really just like that pop of mint. Let it shine. We don't need to add anything else to it. The mint, the black, the white, and then the color in the background. So pretty. I really, really, really love how this layout turned out. I am going to add some more of the Tattered Angels mist to the background, and this is a really pretty red color. You'll see it in the close-ups. It's really pretty, and it doesn't look like blood. And then I end up stitching in red all the way around the outside, and that ends up completing the layout, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Head over to the Citrus Twist blog and check out what everybody's doing. Make sure to head over to their website and subscribe for a kit if you haven't already, because these kits are full of amazing, beautiful pieces. The exclusives are absolute perfection. They're simply perfect. And I love the design team, and I love being a part of Citrus Twist, so I know you will too. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.